chances are, if you can speak or hear or, generally understand things, you've heard of Harry Potter. Probably most of you have read it. If you're looking at YouTube, I hope you can still read, but maybe audiobook, the movie, perhaps. I'm pretty Harry Potter obsessed. Not as bad as some of my friends. There are a few of my friends that are way too far. But I like Harry Potter. I've read all the books at least 4 times. I've seen all the movies countless times, except the newest one that came out. I've only seen it 4, counting in theaters. I went to Harry Potter Land. That's what I call it. It's the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I have a wand. We got butterbeer, which personally I think is disgusting, but it's just me. And I was a beta tester on Pottermore, so I'm not sure how many of you have actually heard of that. I haven't really been on lately. Schoolwork, having real things to do, it's kind of getting in the way of my Potter time. Actually, on my birthday this past year, 11/11/11, yeah, that's my birthday, it's pretty awesome, right? They had a thing down in Orlando. It was like a Q&A with the cast, and then there was this like gala event, and they showed all the movies, and you stayed in like the hotel, and you got park access, and yada yada yada. I couldn't do it because I had school, so I didn't look into it that much. I was really upset I couldn't go, because like it's my birthday. It's 11/11/11, and no one's gonna believe me. I was born at 11/11 at night, so that's a lot of 11s that I really wanted to be there for. And so I was trying to think of like, one of my friends asked me like, why are you so obsessed with Harry Potter? Like, what's the big thing? I mean, I like the books, I like the movies, but why do you love it so much? And I thought about it a lot, and it goes back to my childhood, and I actually wrote a letter to J.K. Rowling, which I have not sent because for the life of me I cannot find anywhere. Like, I googled a million different ways, like J.K. Rowling fan address, J.K. Rowling fan mail, like bunch of different, like 100 different ways. Couldn't find a real one. I'll send it later, or maybe by uploading this to YouTube, maybe it'll get 1,000,000 billion hits. I don't think so. But this is why Harry Potter is so important in my life, and I'm gonna pull it up on my computer, and hold on, I gotta get my reading glasses on, so let's do this. I'm not for reading, it's just for real life, but because of the glare here, I didn't want to do it for the rest of it. How Harry Potter influenced me. Alright. Dear Miss Rowling, I know the probability of you even reading this is very slim, and the likelihood of it being responded to is even slimmer. However, I wanted to send you this so that I could attempt to personally thank you for what you did to me and for countless other children everywhere. This is a piece I wrote recently about the influence the Harry Potter series has had on my life. As an aspiring author and teacher, it is impossible to truly thank you enough. The name of the thing is Harry Potter More Than Just a Household Name. Let me read a chapter, my 7-year-old self exclaimed, causing the house cat sitting next to me to jump in alarm. My father agreed, handing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone to me while he got up. I went over to the spot on the couch, sat down as I saw him do, and did my best to imitate his style of reading aloud. I attempted to pause at all the right spots, and to give Snape a nasty tone. My excitement only lasted a few pages, as my mouth became tired from the activity. As you can tell, I don't really read out loud very well. Even though I'm a good speaker, I can't really read. It's kind of an issue. Anyway, I felt sad that I could not finish the chapter I so desperately wanted to, but nonetheless eventually gave the book back to my dad. This was a nightly routine at my house. My father on his side of the couch, my older sister and I next to him, usually with ice cream or hot chocolate in our hands depending on the time of year, and my mother in a rocking chair nearby. The family listened while my father read, and often either my sister or I would ask to read a bit. We had done this for as long as I can remember, and had finished many books before the magical work of J.K. Rowling fell into our hands. Once finishing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, we had a while to wait before the second book came out. We continued on our nightly readings with books by C.S. Lewis and Lemony Snicket, but Rowling was still on my brain. When our dad told us that the second book was to be released soon, my sister and I got so excited. I had even been practicing reading out loud, so that, this time, I might get through a whole chapter. I didn't. This continued on and up to including the 5th book in the series, though my sister and I could and did read the book on our own. However, the 6th and 7th were released while we were at a summer sailing camp, so we had to read those by ourselves. Other pieces fit in as well. My sister and I would often play Harry Potter, putting dominoes and other such toys in plastic cauldrons that held our Halloween candy each year, pretending to make potions. My parents and I dressed up as the characters with robes my mom had sewn and wands my dad had made on his lathe to boot. I was Hermione, my dad was Harry Potter, because he already had the glasses, and my mom, of course, was Voldemort. Meanwhile, the movies started coming out, and we made it a family trip to see them. My father being dragged to a movie was a feat that did not happen often, and for him to suggest going was unheard of. We got our popcorn and sodas, and I bragged to my sister that we're only coming as a family because it's my birthday. My 9th birthday was a week earlier. And so it goes. We saw every movie together until my sister went to college, and then it was just my parents and myself. For the Half-Blood Prince and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, we saw the midnight showing, even though the latter was on a school night. However, it changed for the final movie. I heard about the release date, saw my friends plan costumes for the midnight showing, and did not feel inclined. I remember the fervor with which I read the final book, and knew it was not for expected lack of quality that I did not want to rush to see the movie. It was the fact that it was ending, even just of a fictional world, that held me back. Harry Potter was my childhood. Harry Potter meant that nightly, my parents, my sister, and I, all of which often did not agree or get along, had something to bond over. It brought my family together over something truly magical. The words woven by J.K. Rowling were unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. I truly believe that my experience with this ineffable series made me love reading. It has shaped my life in a way that nothing else did. And Albus Dumbledore in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix said the following: "Youth cannot know how age thinks and feels, but old men are guilty if they forget what it was to be young." Once again, thank you for your impact. I'd be honored if you chose to write back, but if not, know that you have changed yet another person's life for the better. Alright, reading glasses off now. I mean, even in words, I can't really say about the impact that Harry Potter has had on my life. Growing up in a house where reading was a thing that seems to be like foreign to most people these days, which I personally think is really sad. Obviously I did not send the letter. Maybe I will. Maybe if someone could comment a real address to me, I would totally send it. I'll probably keep looking, maybe find something, maybe not. But if you want to comment, and like if you have a story similar to mine or video, and comment or just respond in general, or like this, liking it, that'd be awesome. Because I truly do believe that J.K. Rowling has touched many, and I know there's a lot of, I've seen a lot of debate over like the capitalism, that's not really the right word, but you know what I mean, of the whole project, and how like it's very copyrighted, and how no one can really like use it. I mean, I personally see it used constantly in everything. Like there are tons of websites, there are tons of everything. So I hope that this little tidbit, and by tidbit I mean 10 minutes of recorded video, I don't know how much I'll cut it down to, but I hope this tidbit helped, or maybe not helped, inspired, made you think about it, because like I don't think people really think about why they like certain things. They're just like, oh yeah, I like it, but why? So that's what I want you to think about. Why do you like a certain book or a certain movie? And feel free to comment, video comment. I'm really looking for that address, so if you know it or can find it in a way that I couldn't, have magical powers, or like, whatever, just go for it.